So, we actually just had a really successful loose leaf walking session. There is a construction person literally right outside this window, so August can see them, and we were able, there's a couple of people out there, and we were able to walk right past them successfully. We played the look at that game, so every time she looked at them, I clicked and treated. By the end of it, she looked at them and looked back at me frequently. So she did really well with that. And then once we got inside and she realized she could see them outside of this window, she started to get a little uneasy and doing a little bit of barking and stuff like that. That is really common for dogs to start to bark whenever they are like in an enclosed space, or whenever they kind of feel like something is their territory. Dogs are fight or flight creatures, so whenever they're inside, we've kind of removed that ability for flight, right? So they kind of feel like they have to fight, which is why you see some more barking and stuff whenever the dog's on leash or they're inside or something like that. So I am going to use the mat as a way to calm her down. So you can do the same thing at home whenever, let's say even she's not necessarily afraid of something or barking at anyone, but she is maybe just hyper, she's a really energetic dog. You can use the mat, or you can even capture the downs, like I'm doing now, and help to calm her down that way. So the mat has unlimited uses. You just have to be creative with it. If she's calm, or you need a way to keep her in one spot or something like that, the mat is a great tool. So I'm gonna set it up a little bit farther away from the door than I did yesterday. I'm a little closer to this window actually. Hi, you're in my way. So just like yesterday, I am not going to click and treat her. If she's really wiggling around on her mat, the more she wiggles around, the more excited she tends to get. A lot of times she rolls over on her back. I don't really care that her tail's wagging. I like that she's happy to be training, but I do want her to be at a standstill. I don't want her wiggling around, just being as still as possible. So keeping the distractions really low right now because I am adding in a little bit of distance, so I'm getting farther and farther away from her. The other thing that I want to know is there's toys all over this room. I keep accidentally stepping on this one. Good girl, you stay while I pick that. I didn't think about that. But at the beginning of the week, I cannot get her focused for the life of me if there was even one toy out in her presence. So that's something that you can slowly add in for distraction, having a few toys around. For August and being how high energy she is, this is actually a pretty decent amount of distractions in the room because when I'm talking, I don't always talk during these sessions. We've got toys literally all over the room. We've got a couple of construction people where she can see them. And she's doing a great job of staying still. So we don't want to make criteria too much. So I might have a little bit less or add in distractions more slowly than what I normally would. Free. And then occasionally I'm going to free her because she's a high energy dog. So she is going to find getting up and moving as reinforcement. It's going to think I like this game. I don't even have to stay there for 20 minutes. I get to get up and move again. And I get treats the whole time I'm there. Like I said before, we'll start to dwindle up the treats. But for her, adding in just a little bit of distraction at a time. I'm pretty far away right now. Again, we don't want to add in too much distraction and duration and distance all at once. That tends to be quite a lot for the dog. So that time my back turned. You can tell that she's starting to get a little bit wiggly. So I might just give her a couple of clicks just for being still again. And you yourself can even act as a distraction, waving your hands, doing jumping jacks. Each distraction that you add in is going to be a new piece of criteria for her. So sometimes think, oh, my dog knows stay, and then they run around the room and the dog doesn't stay, but the dog hasn't been trained to stay for that exact situation. So the more we can add in, the more she's going to generalize that no matter what the distraction is, she has to stay. Okay, Free, take a break. Take a break. You're so smart.